If you don't get to a higher level in training, it's because you don't deserve it. And in order to get better, you need to think, man, I'm doing this wrong. I need to do this better. I need to lock in and start doing things differently. Understand?
So I have bad genetics.
Bruh.
Please don't kill me. Okay, no call, I guess.
Oh, no.
Or if you want, you can like put on t-shirt. Как дела, Jan?
Okay.
Only thing I know from Russian. Okay, let's start off with, it can be a way how to understand the two-step method, the benefit of it for calisthenics skills. Let's compare it like you would play World of Warcraft. What the fuck? You have enemies, you have boss, and the boss in this case is the front level, full planche, let's say. And so you can go right away, one by one enemy, kill it, you know, you will be struggling, let's say, you will be sweating, and then you will go for the final boss and you will maybe even injure yourself. Of course, this will be just if you can like not really structure the workout, you are not resting proper, let's say, and stuff like this. So that's when the two-step method, let's say, comes in handy, that you will be basically overpowered and you will go through the same level, like, you know, level 15 instead of level 1. I don't know if it's like total trash.
I did not understand the example because I don't play the game.
Basically become overpowered, and then the skill training will, let's say, let you do more mistakes and you will still get away, you know, get away with those mistakes. You know, you will, for example, you will overtrain a little bit, you know, something like this. So what you think about that?
You know, the thing is, training skills is more complicated than getting stronger weightlifting. It's way more problems, way more maybe injuries. Everything is more complicated. In weightlifting, you just literally progress the overload, add more reps, 2.5 more kilos progressing the overload.
Yeah.
With skills, it's tough. It's a good way, you know, getting strong at weighted calisthenics. It's a good way for people to understand how everything works. Because if someone starts planche, if they don't have a coach, it's dangerous because one small wrist injury and then he doesn't know what to do. He trains with the injury and way more problems happen. What I suggest people is, of course, if you only want skills, you want to get the fastest strength in skills, you only train the skill. No weights is not gonna help you. Only training the skill. This is obvious, but many people think that I don't know this stuff just because I don't start the video by saying this stuff, you understand? There's many details to share, so I just say what I say, but then of course some things are left out or I forget to mention them and people assume a lot of things straight away. So yeah, basically getting strong at weights is something that many legends, many of these Soviet legends promote, and it makes sense why. Who doesn't want to have a good body while doing cool stuff? Some people might look at it weird, but again, it's always a benefit. There's no disadvantage, so why not get strong weighted calisthenics? Look good, understand how training works, so you prepare the mindset, you prepare kind of the knowledge a bit before skills, because skills are harder and you also will learn them faster. But there's also many examples where people can lift small weights on weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, but they learn front lever and planche and handstand push-ups very quickly.
Yeah, boy.
But there's people who can do a lot on weighted pull-ups, a lot on weighted dips, but they're very bad at skills when they start. But they will adapt to the skill quickly and they'll progress quickly because of strong weighted pull-ups, weighted dips. So it's always a benefit, but again, the main rule, if you want only fast progress, the goal is in 1 year to get the maximum progress on handstand push-ups or planche or front lever. You only do them. That's the fastest way you're gonna get to good results. But that's another way of doing it, doing weights first.
The requirement for you to achieve, as you said, the front level in 1 year, technically the fastest way, that requires a lot of knowledge, proper program, let's say. So you are not just like starting and I will do advanced stack, I will try this, you know, and so you need to think about it, so you progress the fastest. And so that's why like I pulled out this question. It's like if you'd fight against someone who is not really that like good in technique and you would just destroy him because of your strength.
I get your question. I would say you don't need any requirements to start front lever or any skills if you have a good coach. If you have a good calisthenics coach and he's helping you, he's guiding you and he knows his stuff, you can start skills from no requirements. You understand? Because you're not gonna get injured, you're just gonna progress in a specific movement that you wanna actually do. So only in this case, you don't get any basics before starting skills. If you're doing this stuff by yourself and you're kind of lazy, you just watch some YouTube videos, a few, and you're getting into training from that, then it's dangerous to start skills straight away. But if you, let's say, got a good plan, you actually follow it, you actually gain the knowledge, you actually even watch some videos twice before actually doing it, then you can start, the more knowledge you have, the earlier you can start skills. So that's basically the best way I can put it. The reason I even decided to speak to Zdenek is because I saw that when he talks about the two-step method or something, he doesn't assume things straight away, you know, like, oh, he thinks this because of it. If he doesn't know the answer to something, he does not say it's that way. One thing I want to say to people is when you're confused about something, yeah, let's say I said something or I mean something, there's more options that are the truth. You don't know the answer. You don't know which one of the 5 options is actually the truth. So many people assume that one of the options is the truth, but you ask me. So if you're confused about something, ask me on a live or ask me somewhere. My reputation is too good for me to randomly be doing weird stuff to ruin it. That's the last thing I would ever do. For me, I would never sacrifice my reputation for views or for anything. So I don't do this stuff. And if it looks like it's because people misunderstand something.
The reward in order for you to sacrifice your reputation would have to be like 3 million USD at least, so it's worth it.
So look, Zdenek, I'll tell you something that I didn't tell anybody online, and this is gonna be very good for you. Basically, there was a couple of years ago, I created an NFT project 2-3 years ago, thinking it's gonna blow up, everybody thinking crazy. I was about to invest, a good amount of my followers, when I started it, invested into it. So it was a couple of thousand, a few thousand that actually went into this project from investments. What did everybody do when everything crashed? Nothing. What did I do? I gave people slowly all the money back. There was one guy who invested most of the money. I gave the money back. I was like, I understand the market crash, everything crashed, but I don't want people to kind of feel like it was a bad idea to listen to me. I just gave them the money. Or to some people who invested only like $10, $20, $30, I gave them my program, which costs more, for free instead. And they were like, okay, I accept it, no problem. All the investment is gone. I was like, bro, I'll give the money back. You just wait a bit. Some of them waited a couple of months. So, you know, with no pressure, I give them the money back. So yeah, I did not actually just take the money and dip. So for me, this is a very important thing. That's why.
As we talked about it, you know, the reputation and the ongoing drama with your two-step method, there's a lot of drama around you, and I'm quite like a little bit adding to it. But I learned from my previous mistake, and if I do reaction to some drama, I will just check it out, say what I think. Being a good guy on YouTube probably is better in like long run. You would need to smartly somehow use the hate you would create and then turn it, you know, over the time, as many people did. Even with the pump and dump, I believe it's called, with the NFTs. The guy from Czech Republic, he's living in America, and because of his content, which is like interesting for us, people forgot about the total scam he did with Jake Paul and other people like that. They basically did what you haven't done, you know. He stole the money.
Yeah, bro. No matter how much you pay me, I'm not gonna do weird stuff, bro. I would rather wait and make it in a good way, you know, by not doing weird stuff, than rush. Why would I rush, you know? So I don't rush with this stuff. And you know, when it comes to the two-step method, people are confused, you know, because it's not the best method that exists, but it's a combination of strength and muscle gaining. A good method that I've done for many years, that I don't mind sharing with people online, because I found the method also somewhere online. I just made it a bit better with time. You understand?
No.
So I found this method online, so why not share with people? So I've done something that almost no coach does. Sharing a progressive overload method is something that literally works for people for years, and nobody wants to do it, you know. You'd rather sell a program and stuff. But me, I made the calisthenics for beginners. Yeah, that video, I shared the method that takes people to minimum 40 pull-ups in one set and minimum 70 dips in one set body weight. If you use that method from zero, just one method, easily will take you there. I'm doing things that nobody is doing, so that's what's a bit impressive sometimes, because why not, bro? I don't want to hold back when I make content, so I just want to share with people what I've learned. There's so much more. That's why I even have a program, because so much more information. I hate making content about knowledge because you can never share everything.
Yeah, that's a problem when it comes to tutorials, because we could talk about this like on and on, but the problem with tutorials, as you already also mentioned it, there's multiple things, multiple ways. Let's say, and you will say just one in order for the video to not have 2 hours. There's so much of stuff, and you don't want to like pinpoint out everything. You will basically do a general tutorial, and then like, yeah.
Well, how many tutorials do I have, bro? 0. That's the reason. You understand? I share knowledge. I try to be more specific, so I share a good amount of stuff, but properly, but about a specific subject. Then share general stuff. It's too complicated. If I share something general, the video would be like 1-2 hours long.
Strength to weight ratio for skills. Don't you think right now, when you've got to this point of having this amount of muscle mass, you know, and now deciding to go again for those skills, wouldn't you have better results if you'd go for them like 2 years ago when you were a little bit lighter than you, for example, those legs?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost there.
Those legs that will be the tombstone of your progress, most likely. Imagine yourself, you will be on wheelchair, but you will have front lever in 1 month, man.
If I would think about my legs getting in the way or my height and weight getting in the way, I would not even do anything. You know, I would just always speak about this and complain about this. That's the last thing I think about. Of course, I mention it on social media so people get it that it's a bit complicated for me. But actually, I don't even think about it. I just post about it. So it makes it look like I actually think about it a lot. I never do think about it a lot. With the legs, with being, let's say, heavy and pretty long, in calisthenics, it's a disadvantage, but I'm lean. It's mostly actually usable kind of weight. If I would be with a high body fat percentage, then it would be a bigger issue. But my legs, man, you know what I think, for my height and weight, if I train, let's say, 2-3 years full planche and 2-3 years front lever, man, I can get to solid results. I think it's possible to even achieve 15-20 seconds full planche if I do 2-3 years proper, not random stuff, no combinations for social media, no weird stuff, no competitions that get in the way of progressing. Actual progress, it's pretty possible. I'm sure it's pretty possible. Front lever pull-ups, man, maybe even 8-10 reps, even 12 reps, different combinations. It's pretty possible. I might not train it for so long to get to that point because that's not my goal. My goal is to achieve very good level on many skills and to like just have videos about it. In this day and age, you don't have to be able to do everything right now to show it. You just need a video. That's why I don't go competitions. It's not worth it because also they don't pay a lot.
Oh, yeah.
First guy to organize competitions where people would make something. So this will happen in a couple of years, of course. But I want to make it because, you know, it motivates the people to actually do the sport and you actually get something from it. I'll probably be the guy who would organize some competitions in many years. So forget about this. This is just something I quickly said. I want to, you know, make the people happy, people who compete even in freestyle. It will probably be more freestyle and statics than actual street lifting. It will be, of course, all of them. But why, man? It's part of the sport. So I respect everything and I will happily promote everything.
Really great idea because technically, you know, that's again my depressive point of view on statics. Once I like dropped out of like the wanting to learn the front lever because other things in life, priorities changed a little bit. And so without those competitions, what's the reason for you to learn full Maltese press, let's say? I don't know how to explain it, but that's just like, let's say, for those freestyle calisthenics athletes. Because why I should learn full Maltese, you know, if I wouldn't just want to out of like, I don't know, for some random reason.
You learn it because you want to learn it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you go for it. And when I meant, by the way, that I will do a Maltese, I did not mean Maltese is very wide. I meant wide planche, a wider variation of planche. That would be maximum I would go for because I think I need to prepare myself a lot in terms of wrist preparation and all this stuff to actually do a Maltese, and it would take a long time. I actually don't know. It might take less time. I might actually do it. It depends. But the minimum requirement, because before I stop full planche training, it might be 6 to 8 seconds full planche. Just for me to show that, look, I've trained this amount of time. These were kind of the ways of training I used. I want to show like it's an experiment a bit and I want to see how quickly I would get there. One thing so far I understood is that progressing in planche is definitely a slower thing than on front lever. I kind of knew this stuff, but I did not want to believe in it, you know, just so I don't have a limit in my mind kind of stuff. And also there was some misunderstanding online thinking that I've been training full planche or planche for many years. No, I started it like 4 times in my career, but I never trained it longer than 3 months. COVID, you know, there was COVID, I couldn't lift weights, so I trained skills. COVID stopped, I can go gym. I finally started going gym and I stopped planche. And then a random thing, so I never trained something for very long. And when it comes to even my weighted pull-ups, man, the story I have with weighted pull-ups, it's a crazy one. I think I had my lower back injured from weighted pull-ups minimum 80-100 times, and I had to go to specialists to fix a lot, and I kept coming back. It was not something that basically is too serious. It was just a problem that I feel pain, it's easy to fix, but I just never went to the right specialist who could fix it. Now, if I get lower back pain and it hurts, it's hard to move, it's hard to sleep, it gets fixed in 8 seconds. By the right specialist. He just literally punches me in the back in the right place.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's a long story with this stuff, but I never decided to give up and I didn't even give attention to this stuff that I got stopped so many times in weighted pull-ups. If I wouldn't get these lower back injuries, I would have probably 125 kilo weighted pull-up. That's me. Maybe some people would be like, bro, you're exaggerating. Well, again, I was progressing very well. At 16 years old, by training for like a year and a half with the 2-set method mostly, I got to 45 kilos for 9 reps on weighted pull-ups, and that's when the problem started. And for 3 years, very bad progress because of the lower back pain. I had the potential, but it became a problem. So now I'm gonna heal properly the lower back, so I never get it, and only then I would get back into weighted pull-ups.
Isn't it the kind of injury, once that injury appears, it will like never go away fully? Like for example, if you dislocate your shoulder, it will always like be more likely to pop out now?
No, it's not something like this. It comes back easier than most injuries if I mess up. So I need to do something bad for the injury to come back. Now it's fixed, I don't feel it at all, I can do anything until I get it injured by doing something weird, which I always did.
These are actually comments I've picked under my videos. Weighted dips never helped me in skills, but weighted pull-ups did in pull skills. For some reason it seems like, I don't know, my opinion is like you need to feel like super light when you are about to do a planche. Don't tell me that if you will be able to dip 100 kgs, then full planche or like planche position won't be easier after the technique training of straight arm strength. Won't be easier to hold. That's another huge benefit, let's say.
Do not judge how much it helps you in skills before you go through the adaptational process. So if you're stronger weighted dips and you've never done, let's say, handstand push-ups against the wall, and you try first time after getting stronger weighted dips, handstand push-ups against the wall, and you do 4 reps. This means if you now just do handstand push-ups against the wall, you'll go from 4 reps to probably 10 or 12 within 1-2 months. So your body will have to adapt into this movement. So again, the weights adapt you, like give you crazy strength within a short time frame because you adapt to a different kind of skill or movement. Only after the adaptation process, only then you start to progress slowly, like most people, like you should. The weights give you that adaptation process, just like in anything. If I do weighted pull-ups now and I switch to a rowing machine that I've never done before, I'll also get crazy strength first, but then slow, nice progress. Like, do not judge from the first workout, judge from the first workout to the 10th workout, the progress you'll have.
It differs a lot person from person, everything, you know, some says 15 pull-ups is enough, some 20, for example, Max Chu I reacted to.
I noticed one thing, you know, it's very rare, it's only very, very rare, but it will happen one day. I'll just get hate for the knowledge, you know, the people will find some moments to talk about online that I say. And I want to say that it's a dangerous game these athletes will play because the amount of knowledge I have, if I go on a call with them, or they will agree with me or they will lose the argument for sure. It's a dangerous game when someone would play with the knowledge game. You understand with me? Oh, he was wrong about this in terms of knowledge, because if I go on a call, it's gonna be a bit scary, you know, for them.
It's about to get ugly.
And it already happened that some athletes kind of say something and I'm like, bro, let's speak about it. They don't want to speak, bro. They don't want to do the call. They say things about me when I'm like, bro, let's do the call, let's speak about it, no problem. They don't want to do the call. It's weird. Nothing's gonna happen to them. But of course, if someone just hates for no reason and I see it's for views, I will never in my life reply to them because I see their intention and people will notice it also. You know, it's pretty obvious. Same with two-set method. People are, bro, it doesn't work, it didn't progress. I have minimum 100 to 500 even legit results of crazy progress with two-set method.
I do weighted for a month. You will need a lot more information to like judge properly, and then purely skills training and my strength decreased. This is just like super random, let's say, but strength in what? Like probably in weighted. This combination, I would just do the two-set method weighted for some amount of time in a month. You will probably not see like crazy results.
Man, you don't play games with this stuff. What do you actually want? Like, go put some headphones in, some deep, sad music, look at the ceiling and think, what do I want to achieve? Choose the movements, do not choose too many of them, and actually try progressing them and get to at least 70% of your full potential. Do not do weights for 1 month, then skills for 3 months. You're playing games. You need to go play in the sand, you know, a little bit. You need to choose what you want and stick to it. If you're 85 years old, about to, you know, be gone soon, then you can have a bit of fun, you understand? Have a bit of fun, enjoy life. If you're young, choose what you actually want, some things that actually matter for you, and get strong at them. Achieve almost your full potential in them. Do not change things around. If you're about to play games with this stuff, do your thing. But if you're actually serious about progressing and getting strong, you don't play games.
You gotta stick to one thing for like some period of time, and people maybe, I don't know the current numbers, times, I'm like a little bit skeptical on your website, but maybe they saw somewhere that you can, in terms of like 1 to 2, 3 months, you will achieve great insane results. And so if I will do it just for a month, then I will have somehow good results, and I will do like then my skills, and it will help me actually in them. Like, but 1 month, you actually need to do something for 4 months, maybe hypertrophy to see results.
If I do these claims, which of course my team also write down some stuff. If I do these claims, of course I need to do some explanation, but it would look weird on a website. Oh, you can get 20 kilos in the working sets if you're a beginner. If you actually stick to the training properly, you don't add all the details, of course. You just make a good solid website and that's it. You know, peaking and all this stuff. Some people just have nothing to do and they would make a video about this stuff. But again, if I go on a call with them, Bro, okay, people hate on me claiming this stuff. I'm literally an athlete with a lot of knowledge who has a good level and shares good information to the people, crazy good knowledge. Why are you talking shit? What am I doing wrong? I'm sharing top of the top knowledge to the right people who are serious. What am I a bad person for? You need to be happy that a guy who knows his stuff shares knowledge. You understand? So it's a bit suspicious. It's suspicious. People with a bad mindset decide to talk about this stuff, but nobody actually talks. It's just a very, very few minority of people. But it will happen in the future. Once things will go better, it will happen. I already know. It happens to everybody. When you share the truth too much, people don't like it.
Oh yeah, definitely people these days don't wanna many of them don't like to listen to truth. But I wanted to ask, what about your journey so far? You don't need to give us too much of information if you want to leave that for your video. For example, I just wanted to ask if you already kind of let's say run out of the muscle memory for the full planche because you learned it after 3 months of training it. I don't know if you're already training it for 3 months actually.
No, it's been like a month and a half, so I just got my level back because I'm doing it safely. So basically, no, I'm not holding back on this call. I did not have I can't talk about this, I can't make, no. So basically, now I'm preparing my body very carefully, so I don't get any wrist injuries, I don't get any shoulder injuries. So now I got my level back because I did it safely. The preparation process is very, very safe, so I don't get any injuries. Once the preparation stage is gone, I can actually try to get progress. It's something very weird. Imagine you're a calisthenics athlete.
Don't fuck with me, alright?
Then you explain someone the truth. Oh bro, let's say I speak about full planche. Oh yeah, so I'm doing this skill for 2 seconds and I want to get 5 seconds. It's only gonna take me 3 months to 6 months of consistent work to hold the position for 3 seconds longer. It sounds very, very weird, but that's actually the truth about calisthenics. And of course it's worth it, but imagine how weird it sounds to someone. You're training consistently, sacrificing so much to hold a position for 3 seconds longer than you do now, and you train for months and months to do it. It sounds weird, but of course it's worth it. That's what the sport is about.
No, it depends if you want to have that skill, you know. If you say it like that, and I also thought about it this way, if I truly need the front load at least right now to hold it for 3 seconds, I would probably learn it a lot quicker because I already had 4 seconds negative full. I need marketing building skilling something.
Bro, you know what you need? No, you need to
and eat also.
Sad music on, go in the rain, walk outside for half an hour and think about what you want and actually do it until you get to a solid level. But bro, you know what's one problem I see with many athletes online? Just for content and for money, they actually stop thinking about their journey anymore. They don't actually try to progress anymore. They stopped. And it's sad to see because most of them are young and they sacrifice everything for some content and stuff like this. That's the main priority. It should be the main priority. Do not get comfortable. You understand? Because then what happens is you watch the content of a guy who achieved good strength, but now he's in a different mindset. When he promotes some stuff or he talks to you about it, he's in a different mindset. So he might not share the mindset that he had before when he was actually progressing and getting better. Now the mindset is a bit different.
Yeah.
So he might share stuff about the mindset he has now, which is him chilling and prioritizing different things.
Get the fuck out of my room and play Minecraft!
Keep getting better. You're too young to get comfortable. And then bro, let's do last question and I need to go eat.
I have here one more thing. Calisthenics community is dying, but
Oh my god, bro.
but probably let's skip it. That was meant more in terms of YouTube views. And overall the fact that I'm on call with you, that's terrible. This will never happen if you would make a video about PewDiePie. He will never, speak to you. This is total dying community.
Wait, you called me PewDiePie or what? I've never done what I'm doing now. I just randomly thought, bro, let me do a call with this guy and tell him some stuff.
So hopefully you won't regret it.
How would I regret it? Actually, it would be a good idea to tell my team about what I did, but I didn't, so it should be fine, bro. It should be fine.
You better watch your mouth, sunshine.
The calisthenics community is dying in terms of views. That's another problem I focused on, that if you basically, in order to success in this niche on YouTube, you gotta basically do these reactions. I did, for example, on you need to basically use famous names, put it on thumbnail. That's advice I gave to a lot of people. I try to stick to it. Don't make videos about yourself at the beginning. Nobody cares about you, If you are not special by something and you are just a random guy and you cannot edit videos properly, then just you have to make documentaries, and that's why I blew up.
Zdenek, promise me you'll post this part. Now what I'm gonna tell you now.
Yeah.
Yeah? Bro, this was a bad advice, bro.
Fuck.
bad advice. It was a bad advice to tell people to post about some other people. You are the main guy. Okay, not yet in terms of views and stuff, but it's all about you. Should be all about you, not other people. So, of course, it's gonna take time. Nobody said it takes months or weeks to suddenly grow. It takes good amount of time. So what you need to do is post your progress, post yourself, slowly getting better. That's what I did, bro. That's how it started. It started with nothing. Like the hardest part was 10k followers. After this, it was good, fast. So bro, you need to actually keep getting better. Like you post yourself consistently. You just don't skip one post a week. You keep getting better. You post random videos, make them short, quick, good quality. That's it. Some good song. They will not get a lot of views. They shouldn't. It takes years. This social media stuff takes a long time. And you speaking about other people, that's your content. Maybe you do it because you started doing it. At least do not make it like by purpose negative. It will get you views, but bro, again, it's not too good.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You will not get too far. And I do not agree that the calisthenics in terms of views, it's dying. It's actually, I think, at the highest it's ever been. But what you probably see is that the athletes who used to post a lot or who post a lot, they stopped gaining more fame or more followers. But you focus on specific athletes and they just go to the level they deserve. That's how this works, unfortunately. It works the same in training. It works the same in life, in money. It works in views, in anything. We get to where we deserve to get to. If you do not grow more, it's because you do something that does not get you more. You do not deserve to grow. So those athletes probably go to the level where, that's it, like, you know, they're not maybe doing stuff good enough or impressive enough to grow to the next level. If you don't get to a higher level in training, it's because you don't deserve it. Maybe you don't have enough knowledge. Maybe you're not serious enough with this. If you don't make more money, it's because you don't deserve it. Maybe you don't have the right job. Maybe you don't work hard enough. You know, same with views. If you don't get any views or you don't gain followers, maybe it's because you don't deserve it. Maybe sometimes you're not consistent. Maybe sometimes you don't post the right videos. Maybe you stopped getting stronger and better and people see the same stuff every time. Whatever is happening to you, you deserve it. And in order to get better, you need to think, man, I'm doing this wrong. I need to do this better. I need to lock in and start doing things differently. Understand?
So I have bad genetics.
Come on now, dog.
No, I'm kidding.
The amount of information I just shared and all you say is bad genetics, bro.
Yeah. Like again, this conversation we could speak about it, about YouTube, and you know, you have your point. I have my point of view on this. As I said, you know, I spent on my YouTube channel 2.5 years. Nothing happened because I was just posting such videos, and because I wasn't, for example, you know, on your level, full planche level, let's say. So it would be interesting in that way for people to check it out. I switched and I went for documentaries about you, Chris area, and that's when it worked and I got to level 2, let's say, of fame. At least at the beginning. Of course, you have to not then forget to somehow incorporate you in the videos and transform those people from watching videos because of the content to watching videos because of you. So then you can post anything, let's say.
Let me actually give a good social media advice to people. How about instead of speaking about famous people, you speak about famous things?
Oh, yeah.
Famous subjects. Instead, it's better to do this. Like you share your knowledge, but instead, opinion kind of thing. It's like speaking about politics. It will never solve anything and it's not a good idea. I will never in my life mention anything about these type of subjects. Never in my life, as much as anybody will try. It's never a good subject. Same with YouTube. YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is the key to success. Now, you know what's a crazy thing? When you make a YouTube short, you can leave the link to a long form video that you've made. So if you make a YouTube short that goes viral, because let's say it went viral on TikTok or Instagram. So first, if you're getting into YouTube, you take your most viral videos from TikTok, Instagram, and you post them on YouTube Shorts, let's say one video a day. And then you also make some long form content. It shouldn't get views now. It will gain views later. YouTube, it gets you views later after years and years maybe. So a video that never went viral can go viral in 5 years. Link it to the YouTube short and then let's say you make your 10-second video on Shorts and then at the end, check full video and people, full video.
Sure.
Bro, do this type of stuff. But yeah, bro, I'm hungry, bro.
I know about this, but it's again controversial topic because some people said it will hurt your algorithm. It won't. Depends on the size of the short. If it will have like 10 million of views, then the conversion, you know, of those people who will click on that link will be higher than just like, for example, when it comes to my Chris Heria documentary, I posted just like total trash short, and it now has 600,000 views. And probably, if I remember it correctly, every 48 hours, 24 hours, it has from that short 50 views. So probably I did something wrong. You know, I just put it there, the link. You know, I didn't like optimize it, let's say, somehow. So enjoy your pancakes and eggs, I guess. Burrito eggs.
Of course. Okay, bro.
Good luck with the training.
Thank you, bro. Take care.
Okay.
Take care.
Also. I just spoke to freaking Ian Barseagle. What the hell happened? I guess that I'm gonna do a full front lever attempt. Even though I haven't trained front lever for a year.